Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to a bit of an odd episode of Guild of Dungeoneering. I am actually doing this one post-commentary because the original audio was completely jacked up, and I didn't really want to leave you guys behind on a quest. We are going to be taking on the Cyclops today, and the mouse cursor is probably going to be bouncing around just a little bit. And the reason why the audio was screwed up is I just recently bought a new attachment for my computer, and it brought up the whole thing of the other microphone taking over. Yes, it's a little bit irritating. We're going to go ahead and enter the dungeon of the Cyclops with Oilda, the Cartomancer, and we're using Crone's Knowledge. At least we're looking at Crone's Knowledge. I believe we go back and we actually end up buying the improved version, yeah. We go ahead and go to Expand Guild, and we're going to buy the Crone's Discipline, which allows us to increase our starting hand size, which kind of works with the Cartomancer. If you may notice, my Cartomancer actually looks a little bit different. That's because I had already gone through and messed up this run previously. So, yay, I have screwed it up twice. So, yes, just layering on the total flub-ups. But anyway, we're going to be going after the Cyclops today, and he's going to go ahead and gripe about having a snack, and we're going to be working around, trying to find our way around to get various pieces of equipment and improved equipment at that. We only got level 2 enemies starting out, so we had to go after the Wailing Ghost, which honestly, I wasn't looking too forward to because, frankly, the Wailing Ghost is level 2, and going after level 2 enemies is pretty much the cause of my demise in the first runs through here, so that was a bit of a mistake on my part, but I think we can come out through it in the end. We got Infected Slimes as well, which are pretty good drops. The Albino Goblin's a good one as well. He does have Tenacious, though, which is a bit of a pain. The Digger, however, isn't as big of a pain because it has a little bit less difficulty to it for us. Where's my usual copy? But we're going to go ahead and go after the Tenacious guy. Just because he's level 1, and he's... honestly, I feel he's going to be a little bit easier than the other ones that were there. Wailing Ghost. We have Rules Lawyer, which means if we take 2 damage, we get a card, and Crone's Discipline, which allows us to start with an extra card. Now, I play Counterplay. We take 1 damage, so I don't get to draw off of it, but we deal some damage in return. And I'm going to go ahead and just try to mitigate the damage for the most part and deal like small bits of damage here and there. Card Flick, we go ahead and draw a card off of that. We're going to go ahead and try to block the Siphon, because Siphon, we don't want this guy healing up, and we want to deal a little bit of damage, knocking him down a little bit further. Unfortunately, we can't use Counterplay twice in a row, so that kind of sucked for us. We are going to end up using Heart of the Cards, which is going to shuffle the deck up and give us a little bit of life back, so we're going to pretty much have our entire deck in our hand. So if we use Card Storm, it should finish him off, and we should be at 1 life. Card Storm will be very overpowered. I learned this I can't say the hard way, I'm going to say the easy way. We do have all our cards in our hand. I'm debating whether I should use it, but I'm going to go ahead and use it and just blow the living crap out of him. He's going to knock him down to 1, but we do have a swift attack that we can use to kill him, hopefully. Card Flick. We were lucky enough to draw that. That was a bit of a mistake on my part using that right then. But we do level up, we get away with it. We're looking at Mage Robes, Spiky Hat, and the Fez. The Fez gives us Mind Strike and Focus, which are both card draw abilities, and Focus allows us to gain a little bit of extra damage while gaining life, so it's a little bit better than our innate ability. So we go with Fez starting off. We are definitely not going to regret it, because, well, we actually get Fez again, but neither of these other items really seem too useful for us, so we're going to go ahead and grab Fez yet again for just a little bit of default gold. Throw the gold pouch underneath the goblin there, and we will probably be ending up straight towards him. We're going to go ahead and gather a little bit more ground there, and it's going to be a Fountain of Clairvoyance, which allows us to see what the next card the opponent is going to be playing is. It basically makes them play at the top of their deck face up. Really good thing to get. A little bit more useful against bosses, but we're not going to get to use it there simply because, well, we got a little bit too early, and I'm really bad at causing my character to negotiate the hallways in a proper manner. So it's not going to work out too well there. We're looking at the various level 1 guys, see which one would probably be the easiest one to take out. We're going to throw Cyclops up above him. He gains 1 life because, well, there's an ally near him and he's leader. But, because we're going to kill him before we get to him, it's not going to matter. Albino Goblin is Tenacious, which makes me a little bit cautious. We do have a few options as far as things we can play. We could counterplay, we could focus, we could do a card storm. All really good abilities. Counterplay is going to be used, so we only take 1 damage and we deal 1 damage. It works out all right. Paper Shield gives us the shield based on the number of cards that we have, which causes him to just lose 1 life from Thrash, and we don't really lose anything, which is really lovely. We're going to go ahead and focus there to draw a card. We're trying to build up our card pool so we can just like knock him down with the card storm there. Heart of the Cards is going to negate anger. If we actually use that, it doesn't really make sense to do anything else right there. So he's going to take 1 damage. We're going to heal it right back. And we're going to go in and we're against a lunge. A lunge is unblockable, so there's nothing we can really do there other than heal up possibly. We get all of our cards in our hand, which is going to allow us to blow the living crap out of him with a card storm and then follow it up with a quick strike if we really want to. But we're going to stick with a little bit safer route. We're going to go counterplay, which is going to allow us to deal 3 damage because it is magical. It is boosted by magical. I've got another Paper Shield to block the Thrash, which will knock him down to 1, which means all we need is a quick strike to kill him off, and we are golden. Or we can card storm. I think I just went card storm because I realized how overpowered it was and decided to blow the living crap out of him. 7 damage there. Yeah, ouch. We go ahead and go with the Dead Lizard here because it's Arcane Barrage and Cerebrate. Cerebrate is a very, very powerful ability because it heals more damage than most attacks will do at this stage. So yeah, we grab that. We get a nice heal and a few extra cards that are actually still useful as well. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another fountain there. I forget whether that's a good fountain or bad fountain. It is a Fountain of Combustion. So it will cause us to burn in the next fight. We're going to go ahead and use that on an albino goblin. He's going to lose 1 life because he is a night owl and we have so many things around him. But this combustion shrine will help us out in the end. So that's a good thing. We're going to go ahead and grab a corridor up there. Nothing really, we're not going straight after the boss right here. Simply because we want to build up to level 3. We want to get our equipment kind of settled just a little bit so we can start facing off with him and actually deal a little bit of extra damage there. We go ahead and have 5 cards in hand. We are going to be taking burn damage, which works well against tenacious enemies because once you knock them down to 1, they are pretty much guaranteed to die on the next turn. We start off with a card storm, which is going to knock him down pretty low. It's going to knock him down to 2 life. And we go ahead and burn just a little bit. He's down to 1 life, so we can just kill him with whatever we want. Counterplay blocks the pain and blows him away. So it was easy as pie in that matchup. We don't really see anything we really want, so we just go ahead and take, I believe we take the straight jacket just for the extra life, just because there's really nothing else that really makes sense right there. Because Troll Femur, we don't need melee attacks unless they're quick, because we want our quick attacks available to us for other things. Now, right now we're looking at going after the chest, which is a good thing. We don't have any other cards to go any further in, and I would have been whinging about it right there, but you don't have to hear that. We're going to go ahead and grab the zombie who wanders around, and I forgot that guy has leadership or whatever it's called, and he got extra life from it. I don't really care too much about that, but it could be a problem in the future if he wanders up the wrong way. It's been about a few hours since I did this one, so I'm flying it on the cuff. Let's see, we've got Cerebrate, which we're going to use there. It's going to heal up all the damage we take there. Boom, boom, boom. And we also draw cards off of this, which is lovely. Almost a full hand already. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to go with I believe we go with a focus or a card flick. I'm not sure which one. I think we go with a focus here. We're going to lose 1 life, but we're going to get our entire hand in our hand. Our entire deck in our hand there. So this is the perfect time to run something bigger. We're going to go with, I believe, Card Storm here, and it's just going to blow him away. We're going to take 3 damage, which hurts like a truck, but so does our big swing of damage there. Vampire, dead. We level up from that one as well, giving us a little bit of extra life, and we look at the items, and they're just not impressive because Cerebrate is so powerful. We don't want to get rid of it, and getting rid of most of our choices there would do that, and we don't want to dilute ourselves with just random attack cards, so I want to get rid of that. Got Doom Plate here. If you would take exactly 1 damage this turn, prevent it, which is pretty good. We've got some magic block that could utilize that. So we go ahead and take that. We lose our bonus life, but we have a better ability on it because of it. Here we're sitting with a ton of gold, so we're just going to start throwing that down. Grab a Cursed Mummy, throw down some gold pouches, and start wandering around. I think we encounter the zombie fairly soon as well. He's going to wander around and do some things. Cursed Mummy has a crap ton of life, but he does have Brittle, which means taking 4+ damage reduces his life by 2. So we're going to go ahead and just Cerebrate it up and heal up just a little bit. Just get ourselves over that base amount of life. We do have Repel right there. We also have Focus. I don't know why we didn't use Repel right there. Maybe it was a mistake on my part. Focus does draw up cards, though, so we probably weren't worrying too much about it. You could go with Cerebrate or Counterplay. I think we're going to go with Cerebrate here again, just to build our life back up to above max and build our hand back up to full, which will allow us to do a lot of good here. Here I'm kind of humming and hawing because Siphon might heal him afterwards, but it turns out Siphon does not heal him afterwards, so we don't really have to worry about that. He drops out another one. Thankfully, we get the counterplay right back, so we can just keep blocking it forever if he wants to keep playing those. Torment, however, does not have quite that advantage, so we just go ahead and card storm it up, which is going to deal a crap ton of damage, and it should finish him off, if not put him like right on the cusp. And Brittle time adds 2 more damage. We level up yet again. We are now level 3. Looking at our options, we've got the ability to get healing from Wolf Pelt. We could get a little bit of fire damage from the Heater Shield or an extra life from the Bone Armor, but we'd lose all of the abilities again. I think we're going to go with the Wolf Pelt here. I probably should have gone with the Heater Shield, but just for the extra fire, but I do like keeping that Cerebrate in there. Cerebrate is a very powerful card for the Cartomancer. We're going to throw the Massive Gem down below and face yet another mummy here. And I'm thinking, okay, it's about time to go after the boss. Didn't get the cards to go after him. We need to get that little, like, L-shaped one to push us to the left, or even a 4-way would work. Just need to get a connection between us and the Cyclops. Siphon comes out. We don't have the block in hand, so we're just going to go with a Cerebrate here. Get some more cards in our hand, get a little bit of life. We're going to go actually even higher on our life. So that works out pretty good there. A Headbutt comes in. We do have blockage for it if we really want it. Go Paper Shield, or we could even just heal up over it. But we go with Paper Shield, block it. He takes a little bit of damage. He's got a Headbutt as well. We're going to go with the Restore here. Pretty much the same effect. We heal back up and deal a little bit of damage to him. He has Brittle, so it takes 4 damage to really activate that ability. We go with Counterplay here for a little bit of damage, and we block it. Just softening him up a little bit so we can blow him away later. We go with Cerebrate again. We're going to be healing up even more. We're going up pretty dang high in the life. I wonder if this character could get up to 20 if we actually planned it out right. I'm not entirely sure whether we would or not. We'll end up -1 damage from that one, but we deal some damage to him. We draw some cards. We basically have our entire hand in our pool. Our entire pool in our hand. We're going to go ahead and just neutralize Sweeping Blast, just so we can have it back. Siphon comes in again. We're going to counterplay that. I didn't realize that they heal before you deal your damage. So, I mean, it's not like it makes a huge difference. But at this point, I'm just blocking it off so I don't have to, like, worry about that potentially being a thing. So we're going to go ahead and finish him off with a lovely card storm here. Deal a whole boatload of damage there. Bang, 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 bang. I think that would actually unlock an achievement if you were still going for achievements. We already unlocked that one particularly earlier on with another character. Here I'm looking at the Spike Shield. I'm like, oh, that Spike Shield would be nice, but that Fire Blast is nice as well. Spike Shield works good if you're able to block all the damage, which we generally are. We are able to block a lot of physical damage. Bone Armor wouldn't really do much for us, and Fire Blast isn't really going to do much for us either, but we do want a weapon, so we go ahead and take the Mind Staff here, just for a weapon. We never end up getting anything better, but we do look like a little like wild wizard there, and we can see what the opponent is going to use next. We end up avoiding the zombie a little bit, so we can throw it on him, and we'll go ahead and fight him down here so we don't get any random boosts, and we finally get the card to start going after the Cyclops. I will get kind of distracted here for a little bit, going after enemies, just trying to get a better weapon, but I ultimately fail at that. Arcane Barrage is pretty good. Heart of Cards is pretty good. We're going to go with, I believe, yeah, Arcane Barrage. Just deal a whole load of damage to his face. And he gets a Decay damage there as well, because Decay will, well, reduce his life. We're going to go ahead and do a Restore here. Restore a little bit of life because we're going to take 2 damage, but we heal the 2 damage anyway. Predictable, Wandering. counterplay is really good against these pain cards, and I've noticed that a lot of the enemies at this level will use that. Right here, we want to just go for a card storm, try to finish this guy off. Might or might not. I forget whether... Yeah, it does just enough to kill him off. Deal 6 damage, he had 6 life, and then he would have taken 1 more from the decay. So, yeah. We look at the various options, and none of them look good. So, it's kind of like, you know, the stiletto's okay. It's a little bit better than the staff. We are going to end up replacing it with it just because we got another card draw. It's still not good. So we have the ability to connect to the boss now, so we're going to go ahead and take that as well. We throw it down in there and we can get to the Cyclops. Here I'm wondering if he's going to follow us, and it turns out he does not. He doesn't follow us, so we're free to wander around and do with what we want. So we've got other corridors. I just drop it down there because why the heck not? I'm looking at the various enemies. I'm like, I really don't want to be facing too much stuff. So let's go ahead and end turn, and we'll face off against this miner guy up here. It's going to take 1 more turn for us to get to him. I do throw down a few more vampires because I found that the vampires are pretty easy for me to deal with the Cartomancer, so we're going to throw him down there as well. He does get a life boost from being next to allies, though, so that's not exactly a smart thing. I forgot they got that. But we're going to go ahead and blow him out of the water pretty much. That's pretty much our goal here. We take Cerebrate first, go ahead and out-heal the damage he's dealing. Go up to 13. Just a whole lot of damage there. Let's go with I believe a Restore here. I'm going to deal a little bit of magic damage to him. Heal back all but 1 of the damage. So basically we're back at our very starting life. We do have the ability to Rekindle or Focus. And honestly, Focus is just the better card here, so we go with that. Boom. And we draw a little bit of extra cards. So we've got Card Storm sitting there. And he's got a heal up, so we're about to find out what happens first. Healing or... Yeah, he goes ahead and heals first. But we still have a whole crap ton of damage coming in on him, so Brittle just stacks up the... He takes 13 damage. He's not going to survive that with 1 line of hearts. All these level, like... I believe these are level 1, or... Yeah, they're level 1 abilities. Not really something I want, so I just take the gold and I'm going to drop it on one of the vampires. Really not impressed by that. And just ending turn. I'm like, okay, enough dilly-dallying around. We're going to go for the boss and we're going to get this over with. So let's go ahead and attack the vampire. Vampire is 10 life. He's a leader, so he gets boost from being around guys. We could go with a Rekindle. We could go with a Mind Strike. None of these are really going to do any good. It's just going to heal us for 1, and it's going to be blocked by the Dark Pact. We don't want to use the Card Storm just yet. Cerebrate works out really good with this, so let's go ahead and restore all that life that he's just dealing to us. Draw cards out the wazoo on that, and get up fairly high. We've got Restore here as well, so we'll only lose 1 life on this one. A bunch of healing and magic damage and card buildup is amazing for this. We do have... Do we not? Yeah, we have Counterplay. So we go ahead and use that to block the damage and just ping away at him just a little bit. Almost up to a full hand here. Our healing is down in our discard pile there. We've got Arcane Barrage, Heart of the Cards. We've got Shift, which would bypass things, so we're going to go ahead and use Shift there. It's going to deal a little bit of damage to him, and we're going to draw cards off of this madness. We do have Cerebrate. We don't have the magic block here anymore, because that is unfortunately the last card in our stack. So we go ahead and use Cerebrate. He's going to heal up too, but we're going to out-heal the damage that he dealt to us. So we're pretty much sitting at, this is our max hand. This is the most damage we can do. The cards are tiny now, extremely tiny. We pull up the Card Storm. They get all skewed and warped, and we'll take 3 damage. And we'll even let you block 1 of it, because that's going to just be a waylay of damage. I'm kind of curious if you can get them to flip by doing enough damage. I'm going to have to test that out sometime. We need to find a map that's got particularly easy enemies, or set it up where we're facing a particularly easy enemy with a Cartomancer, and just start building up items that just give us more and more cards. And these look semi-promising. Spear looks better. The Spear's ability looks better than Slice. It's still not that much of a better weapon. It's just slightly better abilities. I don't even know if we actually have a weapon that would be amazing for this build, so I'm not even sure taking a weapon was an ideal choice. But we do have a lot of life, and we do have a decently set up deck here. We've got enough Swift. We've got Interrupt there with some magic block. We go ahead and do Shift here. So we'll take the damage and we'll draw a card off of it, because we want to start building up extra cards here. Interrupt could block some of the damage. We could do a restore here, which we actually do, because he doesn't have magic defense on that one. We are down 3 life. We're still ahead of him on life, though. Cerebrate works really well against Torment, because we're going to just take 3 damage, which means we draw a card, and we draw 2 more cards off of Cerebrate, and heal all that damage back, which is absolutely beautiful. As far as right now, it's not really... I'm not sure exactly what we should do with this one, so I go ahead and do a card storm. I think this is the one where I don't quite kill him. Nope, actually, no, this is the one where I do kill him. Okay. There is a situation where I don't quite kill the enemy despite using a large card storm, so none of these look good, so we just take the gold, we go ahead and throw it down below, and we are encountering pretty much the end game of this one. We're going to be facing off against a vampire. It's not our last one, I don't think. It's not our last travel through here, at least. Unfortunately. We got some more vampires. We're just going to go ahead and end turn. It's like, I want to face the boss. I don't want to drag this out anymore. I just want to fight and kill this guy. So we go ahead and go in. We have a huge deck now, but we draw 5 cards at the start of it, so that's absolutely amazing. We've got Paper Shield, we've got Focus. We don't have our Magic Block, which kind of sucks, so I think we end up going with Focus here just to get a little bit of extra magic damage built up, and we go ahead and heal back a little bit. We are now tied on life, which is not exactly where I want to be. Cerebrate does, however, help with this, because we're going to start taking the damage, and we're going to heal it right back up, getting even more cards. That Cerebrate works really, really, really well with Cartomancer. I'm just going to say that right now. We go ahead and deal 2 damage with our counterplay there. 3 damage Dark Pact. Let's go ahead and go with the Card Storm. Yeah, this is the one where we don't quite make it, I think. Let's go ahead and smack him around. Boom, 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 boom. And we accidentally left him at 1 life. If only that thing wouldn't have blocked it. We do, however, have an Interrupt, which will swiftly kill him. We don't have to worry about blocking it, even though we had the ability up to block it. So we get a little bit more gold. We don't really have much in the way of other things that we can get. So we go ahead and I believe we just take some gold, the bottom one, and drop it in that little area on the left. So we can just go straight towards him. Oh, we fight another vampire as well. Oops, and he got extra life. Oh, darn. The extra life is not going to do much for him. We are overpowered as hell right now, so I don't really have to worry about them. I believe we are level 4 now. We're going to go ahead and do Cerebrate, build up the hand. Usual plan, get the strategy going as per normal. Go ahead and get as many cards as possible as per normal. And we're going to go ahead and block all of this while dealing damage with the Interrupt, which I absolutely love. Interrupt is a card that I wish I could play with more often. And here we're just going to go ahead and restore all of the damage that we take while dealing a little bit to him. We're just whittling him down slowly, setting him up for yet another card storm. Unfortunately, we don't have card storm in our hand, so we're just going to have to start going with what we got. We go ahead and do an Arcane Barrage, which bypasses all defenses and deals a whole crap ton of damage. And there's our card storm. We should have more than enough to kill him, even with his little magic defense there. And we get through another vampire. I still want to see if we can get them to flip with enough damage. So we go ahead and get a little bit of gold there. None of these look really, really good. Heater Shield would be nice, but we lose Cerebrate there, which is not something that I want to lose. It's really not. So let's go ahead and just take some gold. It's going to end up making us wander back, I believe, to pick this up. I'm going to go ahead and drop it down to C. Yep, it causes us to wander backwards, so that kind of sucks. Let's go ahead and end turn. I don't want to waste any more time, so I didn't even put down the vampire on it. Even though it probably would have given me a chance at a better weapon, it just doesn't really make too much sense. We're going to throw a massive gem down there and end turn. We're not even going to throw down the second one, because frankly, it doesn't matter that much. We just need to get after these Cyclops and try to kill them. Once you get good weapons and gear, generally the bosses are relatively easy. Please read the description for the Fury trait carefully. Okay, it's all explained. G-O-D. Guild of Dungeoneering, also God. He's got Sluggish, so our block abilities are twice as effective. So that is a good thing. We're going to go ahead and restore. We're going to do a little bit of magic damage to him and heal up in the process. It basically negates that entire attack. Relentless kind of sucks, but we have Paper Shield. It would have blocked all of this by itself, but we doubled it up. So we had plenty of shields to block that entire Relentless. Unfortunately, we don't have enough to block this pummel, so we're just going to match it with a nice Arcane Barrage to his face. Bang, bang, bang. We are slightly ahead on life. It's going to go ahead and drop a Pain on us. We do have Counterplay, which is going to block this successfully. We are going to deal a little bit of magic damage in return, giving us a little bit more leeway there as well. Here we're looking at his recharge, so we're just going to focus, I believe is the choice that we go ahead and just focus to get a little bit more magic damage because there's nothing we can do about his recharge. And Cerebrate gives us even more cards to build up for a nice blast there. So building up that hand is essential to us. So we've got it almost there. I think we're going to go for a restore here, dealing 2 damage to him and restoring 2 life. So we are making the gap happen just because we can. We do have the block in here, but we're not even going to bother using that. We're just going to go for a full-blown card storm straight to his face to finish him off. We can take the hit from him from the Relentless and just take him out, period. We level up again. The point of leveling up at the end, I really don't know. So we kill him off.
Do you have any decency, I wonder? Like the Ivory League of Explorers. Instead you pillage and plunder and rip everything asunder. You're just a reckless bunch of marauders.
So we got another guy dead. I'm very happy about this one. We did unlock another area. We also got some more money, so we are considering unlocking other things, but I think I think we do end up unlocking the items over on the right, the weird and wonderful, the rare items, simply because it does give us more options as far as level 3 drops. Could potentially get something better on the rare slot. So we go ahead and build that one. It does reduce our glory a little bit, but that's pretty much all we need. We do unlock yet another area as well. The Mechanical Menace. Deeper and deeper venture into the mines, you run into vampires. Oh no! That's going to be a challenge for next time, where I'll hopefully have the recording issues done. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Next time it will be live commentary again. But yeah, keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath, and I'll see you guys next time on Guild of Dungeoneering. Bye.
This is the Guild of Dungeoneering. On our quest we're never veering. Oh, to be a Dungeoneer, swimming in pools of gold. This is the Guild of Dungeoneering. All the monsters keep appearing. Oh, to be a Dungeoneer, whose stories will be told. What's that sound? I hear a noise. Something's coming, girls and boys. We're up in the hills and far away. We're the Guild of Dungeoneering.